Being an archer in this game at PvP might be actually really fun in first person. I missed some of it. Wow. Dice games. But the game's beautiful. Build entire towns and castles. I wonder if I could be a solo guild in this and build my own castle. That'd be cool. I think you're always supposed to play in third person. Oh, this game is beautiful. That's a private workshop, is it? Interesting stuff. I did care about this game. The FGCs.
So, a victim. Now regarding this video, there's still one question. Who is the person behind this channel? Izmir Mujab. One Google search will give you one main person of interest. Ahmad Izmir Mujab, the CEO of a Malaysian company, Crewstone International, a private equity and investment firm. Though what does the CEO of a large financial investment firm have to do with some random unlisted prank video involving Epstein's main pilot? Well, when you dig a little deeper into Izmir Mujab, you'll come to find out that he was the man behind a YouTube channel named Maxman TV that has over 1.1 million subscribers. The channel posted videos that are equivalent to today's brain rot TikToks, bad fake pranks. Now, while scrolling through these masterpieces that would put Tommy Wiseau's The Room to shame, one video stands out. One of the last to ever be posted on Maxman TV, hot pilot pranks instructor in a fighter plane. This video was the same as the unlisted one Izmir posted on his hidden channel, albeit a little bit shorter, and the description has much more information. This time we took the prank to the skies.
This game is a lot more polished for most janky games of its type. It's been out for years and it's been growing. I wish there was like a toggle music button.
He teamed up with Nadia Marcinko and the people at Warwings to prank a flight instructor in Palm Springs, California. Watch what happens when Nadia goes undercover as a nerd and pretends to be clueless. So now it's pretty clear from both of these channels that Izmir Mujab, CEO of Crewstone International, was behind this prank video involving Nadia. There's just one missing piece. Who sent this email to Epstein? If it was Nadia, then it's much more likely that Izmir knew little to nothing about her connection to Epstein. However, if Izmir sent this email or was in contact with Epstein at all, things would be a lot more suspicious. Because as much as his associates would rather you forget, Epstein was a registered sex offender after 2008, and many in his circle knew what he was up to. Though in this case, Izmir Mujab seems to be innocent, and it's more likely the person behind this email is either Nadia or someone else. Because Ahmad Izmir Mujab's name doesn't show up once in the files or in anything associated with Jeffrey Epstein. The only thing he's proven guilty of is bad pranks. There was one more rabbit hole I wanted to dig into, Aviloop.
Welcome to Aviloop, your collective find website for anything aviation.
Founded in 2011 by Nadia Marcinko, Aviloop.com served as a hub for aviation-related services. Welcome to Aviloop, the one and only aviation deal website for pilots, aircraft owners, jet setters, and aviation enthusiasts. The website primarily sold discounts for flights, merchandise, and most things aviation-related. As far as I understand it,
those prices were good. $139 for flight instruction. That's so fucking cheap. I would take that. A 1-hour flight lesson for $130 up in a plane. That's so cheap. That wasn't that long ago, like 14 years ago or something.
Merchandise, and most things aviation-related. As far as I understand it, the way it worked was that upon signing up to Aviloop, they would send you an email with various deals. You would pick and buy one, then receive an Aviloop voucher, which you would use at the discounted location. So Aviloop was giving individuals the discounted deals to use on other businesses that we can assume agreed to work with them. At least that's what they claim. There's a lot of things that just seem off about the company. For one, they have a pretty apparent focus on deal attendance, girls that Aviloop customers could have a chance at winning a one-on-one video call with, which is very odd to be placed on a website claiming to be about aviation. And not only was this
They
website
also market girls. They're like, we got these stewardesses. You can talk to them.
associated with Epstein through Nadia, but he also was very much involved in it, funding it and emailing others dozens of times about it. When you look through the Aviloop,
what it really is just his fucking pimping business for little girls, and he's selling them to like jet setters and stuff. It's just a way to launder money for his business, and so then he just pays taxes on his business so they don't interfere with him. It's a money laundering operation.
Discussion board on their website for users to post or talk about these deals, you'll realize that there aren't any responses, at least to the vast majority of these posts, which mention things like tattoo-lits, memberships, and flying lessons. From what we can see, Aviloop was a very low-key website, and looking up the name of the company leads to basically no results prior to 2019. It's all very suspicious because via Epstein's email history, we know that payments of tens of thousands of dollars were being sent to Aviloop, and probably more that we don't know about. Why would a company so off the radar make so much money offering primarily discounts? Many online have begun to theorize that Aviloop was a front for something nefarious, especially knowing that Epstein had a large role to play in its creation and financials. And I think there's a high chance that Aviloop wasn't exactly what they claim to be. Looking into the deal attendants themselves will lead you down an even further rabbit hole. As of right now, there are 3 deal attendants that we know existed: Shannon, Ashley, and Claire. Shannon is Shannon Cusack, a friend of Nadia's who even lived with her in New York for a short time. Shannon, alongside Deco workers, helped Nadia work on Aviloop's creation, though they claimed long after that they had no knowledge of Nadia's ties to Epstein and her shady past. Now, Deca is a company founded by Dean Kamen, who created the Segway. They mainly focus on research and advancements in technology. Kamen has also been known to be pretty good friends with Epstein over the years, so it makes sense that his company was partially associated with Aviloop. The second girl shown as a deal attendant is Ashley McRoy, a professional model who unfortunately passed away to cancer 6 years after this video was filmed. The third girl, Claire, is a lot more mysterious, with virtually no information about who she is, stumping many in the Aviloop online investigation, so I did a little digging. We know that Ashley was a professional model in her mid-20s that worked in New York during her Aviloop commercial, and Shannon was in the same boat, so we can also probably assume that Claire was a professional model based in New York City in 2011, likely aged somewhere in the early to mid-20s. This led me down a long path of dozens and dozens of different Claires in New York, but none of them match the girl shown on Aviloop. There seemed to be no clear trace of anyone named Claire that fit those characteristics. And that's because Claire actually wasn't like Shannon or Ashley at all. This girl is Claire Davison, an, at the time, 16-year-old ballet dancer and actress, who for some reason was given a job as a deal attendant here at Aviloop, though we don't know much more beyond that. But because of this Facebook post from 2012 that lists Claire as being 17, we know for a fact that during the filming of Aviloop's promotional videos a year prior, she was underage. So what the hell is the deal with Aviloop? If you've seen Nick Crowley's video, you'd know that with the exception of Claire's identity, this was essentially where the mystery ended. But there had to be something more that could give more information about what this company truly was. So I did even more digging and came across this blog, created by Nadia Marcinko, all about Aviloop. The website features much less and was pretty obviously given much less attention than their main website. However, one thing does stand out. We are going to AOPA Summit. We just registered for AOPA Aviation Summit, September 22nd to 24th in Hartford, Connecticut. 3 days of living and breathing general aviation. You can only imagine the smiles on our faces right now. We will be spreading the news about Aviloop and how we can help improve GA. We are going to have our deal attendants present and picture ready. All you lucky attendees get to meet and take photos with the
dressed
lovely
up
lady.
like stewardesses, and it's Jeffrey's business
And sign up
and
for
his
our
money
free
laundering operation. This is Charlie's Angels. It's disgusting.
mailing list. We are so excited to be surrounded by people who love aviation just as much as we do. Let us know if you are going to, and check back for more updates.
They have spirit
The
and they're spunky, but what they really do is sell sex, pretty much, I bet.
PA Summit is a yearly event hosted by the Aircraft Owners and Pilots Association.
All
for
these
fans
people
of
are
all
mega
things
rich.
aviation.
All the
And
aviation
in both
people, they're rich.
2011 and 2012, Nadia posted to this blog page that both her and Aviloop's deal attendants would be at the event. I skimmed through every single video filmed of these two summits that I could find on YouTube, but unfortunately I couldn't find a single sighting of her. I felt like a conspiracy theorist scanning the trees looking for Bigfoot, but instead of a big gorilla, I was looking for a blonde Slovakian woman dressed as a flight attendant. Now, although there might not be footage of her or any deal attendants at the event, there was an audio recording. In a now deleted interview of the Airplane Geeks podcast on episode 169.5. They interviewed many individuals that attended the AOPA summit in 2011, and one of the guests was Nadia. The podcast only has episodes available that were recorded after 2019, and I couldn't figure out a way to retrieve the deleted MP3 file, but thanks to a Redditor from 7 years ago, we have a quote. When asked about how she became a pilot, she explains, quote, "I was a model that was scared of flying, then took a flight lesson and I guess it worked." We now know that Nadia and the others actually did attend these AOPA summits in 2011 and 2012. Now, there's one last active lead in the Aviloop investigation, that being an alleged sister company to it named Aviatry. The website is pretty normal, giving a basic rundown of courses, training, and employment, stating that their main mission is to increase the number of female pilots around the world. From what I can find, this website seems completely legit. The thing that bothered some people online years back was that Aviatry was not only somewhat similar to Aviloop, providing aviation-related services, but it also shared some business connections. According to one Redditor, someone named Lana Smith worked for both Aviloop and Aviatry, developing the two websites. This allegedly comes from her LinkedIn, but it seems as though she deleted that part from her profile sometime after attention was drawn to it. I know some of you may be thinking that this could be fake coming from a Redditor, but I'm actually willing to believe them. Because under an archived version of Aviatry's now deleted Facebook page, one company is listed in the related pages section that stands out. Earth Ahead, an eco-friendly lifestyle brand that was founded by Lana. So given that Aviatry's very small Facebook page with suspiciously very little engagement showed a connection to Lana's company, I think it's safe to assume this Redditor was telling the truth. There's one final connection I could find between Aviatry and Aviloop. While scrolling through Aviatry's Instagram and checking to see who they were following, I found out that they were actually following Shannon Cusack, ex-deal attendant for Aviloop and once friend of Nadia Marcinko. It's also worth mentioning that Aviatry's last Instagram post was 1 month before Epstein was eliminated, and their Facebook account was taken down sometime around then as well. It could be a complete coincidence or something to look into in the future. Overall, while there isn't any hard evidence of trafficking or anything along those lines regarding Aviloop, the whole thing is extremely suspicious and concerning, because at the very least, an alleged teenager.
You want to know something crazy? Notice his language here. And I caught one of these.
Something to look into in the future. Overall, while there isn't any hard evidence of trafficking or anything along those lines regarding Aviloop, the whole thing is extremely suspicious and concerning, because at the very least, an alleged teenage girl was hired to work and act as a deal attendant, possibly even taking one-on-one video calls with random online Aviloop customers. If any other updates come out in regards to this rabbit hole, I'll be sure to leave them in the possible text or something. It's also who was telling the truth into Lana's page when that was founded by Lana. So given that one company, because under an archived version of Aviatry's.
So he said after Jeffrey was eliminated. I can't find what he said, but he was like after Jeffrey was eliminated. Now he states this like it's fact. I could report him and catch him too. But it would just screw his career, you know. I'm not trying to do something like that to somebody. I'm not like that. I don't go out of my way to fuck with other people. I don't think it's good practice. I think the world would be a lot better if we didn't do stuff like that. But I could hit him with misinformation because he stated that Jeffrey was eliminated, like it was facts, like he. This is kind of an educational, video, and I'm sure YouTube doesn't care unless somebody makes a stink about it. But he did make this statement that is factually untrue as the world knows it right now. The current country's, the current government's story about Jeffrey Epstein is that he committed suicide. Now, until then, you have to say Jeffrey committed suicide, but maybe, just maybe, it's something else that's worse. That would be legal to say. What he said was misinformation, and he stated it like it was fact. And it makes me very uncomfortable, and I don't want him doing any more of that, really. But that's the only time I've caught him doing that, this whole video. All of it seems true, but this thing about he was eliminated, I don't know. You can't say it like that until you know. We don't know what happened to him. He could have been poisoned. He could have been stabbed. He could have been beaten to death. We have no idea what the fuck happened to him. He could have disappeared, flew the coop. We don't know. So see, this guy seems to be like he was eliminated. We know that there's body doubles. We know that he was a CIA guy. I think you believe these stories, but honestly, I think the sheer amount of things could be almost anything. We don't know what could have happened to him. He could have been Hoffa'd. Like they could have just disappeared his body under some sand somewhere. We don't know. And his willingness to state Jeffrey was eliminated is so narrow-minded and so fucking myopic. Honestly, I think the more romantic conspiracy theory notion is that it sucks, but I believe this kind of shit does exist. It's insane. There's criminals, I think, that are so desperate to help their family that they'll put up ads on the dark web being like, I will do anything, including kill myself, if you pay my family enough money. And if the check clears, the person probably does it because they're like, wow, my wife and my kids, they'll never have to worry ever again. And people like Jeffrey go, yep, they did this in Breaking Bad, but what I think the Gilligan brothers, or what Vince Gilligan was trying to do, was show that there is jail dummies and there is like death dummies, I think, who literally will let you kill them. Their lives are basically over. They're like 50 years old, but they love their wife and their kids, or something like that, or whatever it is, or they got to pay off the house before they die, something like that, or their family's going to lose their house, something like that. So I guarantee you'll probably see stuff like this on the dark web. You'll see somebody be like, I will let you dress me up like someone else, and then you can kill me if you pay me $1 million to my family first. And that's what I think we're seeing here. That's where my mind went. Now, do I know that? Nope, and we probably never will. We probably never will. If we don't know that by now, we probably never will. The information, we're just not privy to it. It'll never happen. So, but this thing about he was eliminated, it's so myopic and so, it's so narrow-minded and so... sure, this is what everybody thinks, is that he was killed. I'm not saying what he thinks is false or wrong. I'm saying use your imagination, brother. There could have been a dummy story here. The warden could have smuggled him out. There could have been a body double. There could have been a snitch dressed up like a body double. There could have been all kinds of stuff. He could have he could have flew out of the fucking jail on a jetpack at 4:30 in the morning where there's nobody in the yard. And who the fuck is to say anything? Who the fuck's to say anything at all? That's how crazy it is. Like at 4:30 in the morning, nobody's in the fucking yard at all. So he could freely walk out there and they could just give him a jetpack to fly off. It's that crazy. I'm saying you're closed-minded. Now, did that happen? Absolutely the fuck not. I'm just saying use your imagination. Remember in Batman when they did that what's it called? It's like a orbital. It's like a toy that connects to a plane, and the plane picks you up off the ground and takes you the fuck out of there. You could have all hell and 5 stars and all the Grand Theft Auto FBI police after you, and the plane just picks you up in your harness and shoots you the fuck out of there on like in an A10 or whatever it is. It's insane. It like connects to your little hook. You fire your warning flare or whatever, and then it snatches your hook or whatever it is. I forget what happens to Batman the Dark Knight, but yeah, he like goes to China, I think it was, and he orbital exits out of the building, if you recall. What's to prevent the CIA protecting Donald Trump and all their deep state assets by just orbital exiting him out of that jail prison yard in a way where it makes no noise? All they do is they have him go out 4:30 in the morning one night, with the orbital exit backpack, and then they have the plane, like a Harrier jet or something, hovering like several thousand meters in the air, and then it drops like this long ass cable all the way to the fucking to the jail yard. And I'll use my imagination to get him out of there and stuff. And he connects the thing, and he fires the flare, and the Harrier jet just takes his ass up and then out. And it doesn't go too fast where it kills him or whatever. And then just flies off about 5 miles and drops him like at an empty field somewhere. And you might think that they don't do stuff like this or that isn't possible, but honestly, after watching the X-Files, we know they do shit like this. After watching Batman, we know these toys exist. So to say that they can't get him out of the prison with no sign, no evidence or anything, it's ridiculous. The warden can absolutely shut down the towers, have the sheriffs come in and deal with the inside crowd, and they can let Jeffrey walk out to the fucking yard and get orbital exited or helicoptered or anything like that. So I believe in body doubles and all types of crazy conspiracy theories. So for this fucking idiot to say that he was eliminated, sure, he's probably right. 99% of the bet I would make, it would be like, this guy's right, he was probably eliminated, etc. I'm not saying that, but I despair at the modern age's inability to use their imaginations. There's always the good old-fashioned jailbreak method, where they go tap 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 against the wall for 2.5 years and stuff, and they get a hole built, and then they go in through the hole, and they Shawshank Redemption out through some tube. There's always the standard jailbreak method. That particular warden can probably swing the staff to the point where they can probably get the staff to leave the entire quadrant, basically, so that Jeffrey can they go, oh, click, oh, looks like maybe your door might be busted here, sir. I'm gonna go get you a new lock. Just wait here. And then they just exit the fucking quadrant, and Jeffrey just walks out the side door and shit like this. I swear to God, they have this kind of people power. That's why they're running the jails. They're fucking crooked. Am I accusing the fucking warden at that jail of being corrupt? Yes. Yes, I am. Something definitely happened that day when Jeffrey came up dead. We don't know what the fuck it is, but I don't believe in any of it. You understand? And so my mind runs out in 18 different spidery directions. And I think I'm a intelligent person, even though I'm probably an idiot who's done a lot more drugs than anybody you know. But honestly, this myopic idea that he was just offed by some like mafia assassin in the prison, it lacks so much imagination that it just honestly kind of sounds like the psyop that they want you to believe. And so I just don't sign up for it. I'm like, we don't know. He could have been killed. He could have suicided. He could have been exited. He could have jailbroke. They could have politically pulled all of the guards away from his door and allowed him to walk out the fucking front door to a limo. I don't really see why they can't. Turns out you're not a particular individual in jail. And then what is that? That's like, what, 4 people before you in release, and they don't know who you are. They don't know you're Joe. Maybe they know you're Jeffrey Epstein, maybe. But maybe not. Maybe they're just inner city workers who are just worried about their kids or something, or who have no idea and don't watch television and don't care about fucking Jeffrey Epstein or whatever. Maybe the warden makes sure that the pigs are like that, or they sign non-disclosures. Whatever it takes. And so this idea that he didn't have collusion or help or an exit or a way out, or even that the tech can't get him a way out even if he's a prisoner and they're against him, you can still get him out probably. They could literally drop a hook from the sky and tell him to grab on. They could say, like, he had a cell phone in there, I guarantee it, and they probably could have just texted him being like, yep, tomorrow's a hook is coming. Just wrap your arms and legs around the hook and we'll pull you up and over the wall, and then we'll land you near a car that's going to drive you out to the airport or something like that. Shit like that. There's no problem that, there's no problem to doing that. And I'm not saying to do it right outside the jail. I'm saying like 6 blocks later, there's like this helicopter. It comes, it swings and picks somebody up out of the courtyard. It flies in 5 or 6 blocks, and it's got a nice little thing that attaches to your wrist so you don't die or fall or anything like that. It like suction cups your wrist so you can't fall. And then he just holds on a chain like an action movie, and they take his ass out of there, and then they put him in a Cadillac or something, and they drive his ass out of the city, and they take him back to Argentina or wherever all these piece of shit child rapist Nazis go when they flee, fly the coop. And I'm sorry, but your imagination is very, very, very reductive. It's very, very doomer zoomer. It's that tablet brainwash stuff that we despise so much. When you guys are just like, he was eliminated. I'm like, boy, it must be nice to be that goddamn dumb or that ignorant. There's got to be something else they're doing with him. It's just never what it is. It's never what it looks like. We don't know what they did with his ass, and that's all I have to say about that.
His now deleted Facebook page.
My
One
fucking
company is
headphones
listed
died.
in the related pages
I'm going to go to
section
bed
that
here,
stands-
guys. With the headphones dying, I don't think I'm going to play Fortnite tonight. I'm going to skip it tonight. I'm just going to go to bed and catch some rest. I'm cold and tired, and I'm going to get all nice electric blanketed up and just go to bed here. I love you guys. Thank you. So I'm going to mute this. I'm sorry. Am I still out? Yes, I am still out, and I am just begging for a death. I think I will take us to location far away. And I will safe log. I can't believe how safe this system was. We make some good. Anyway, so now we safe log. Break fleet. Leave fleet. Leave fleet. Confirm. Log off safely. Log off safely. And we're done for the night. Ooh, this is a fun game. I'm enjoying this game. Look forward to it tomorrow. And yeah, so I will go to bed now. I am Skycatlive. You've been watching Skycatlive. I'm a full-time variety gamer all day, every day. Put me on in the background. Click on the cast face and donate. Come to the Twitch or the YouTube. Give me a like, sub, or a follow. I will be back tomorrow after walking 5 miles, depending on the weather. If it's like dumping rain, I won't. But if it's like a normal day, I will. Yeah, what's the weather like tomorrow? Let's go see. The weather tomorrow is going to be partly cloudy. Will you actually like show me the weather widget like in its entirety or whatever? Where's the weather at? This weather should be here, but it's not. There's another Lord of the Rings movie coming. Well, so I don't know, but I need to post to my channel. Now, here we go. I'm going to stop this video with a reminder that I have thousands of videos on my channel, and you've been watching Skycatlive. I'm a full-time variety gamer all day, every day. Put me on in the background. Click on the cast face to donate. Come to the Twitch or the YouTube. Give me a like, sub, or a follow. I love you guys. Thank you for hanging out with me while I sing and play video games and watch videos and stuff, and then I disappear for dinner. All that stuff. Thank you for hanging out with me today. I love you guys, and I will see you later. And then this stream isn't ending until I post these videos to my channel and title them, but then the stream will end, so I'm winding down if you guys want to stop. But I mean, you guys have a half an hour delay anyway, so you don't know what I'm doing. I'm gonna stop.